Welcome back to Jules Math Tools, where math is made easy. In this session, we are adding whole numbers when one of our addends has 3 digits and regrouping is involved. And if you're ready to see how to add these numbers up, let's get started. In our session today, we are adding our whole numbers when one of our addend has 3 digits and regrouping is involved. And in this session, I will be going through the steps on how to regroup your numbers, just so that as we go through, if there's any questions you may have, I'll be able to answer them for you in the working. Okay, so let's begin. So we are adding in our first number 9 is being added to 877. Our last 7 is in the ones place, so that will line up underneath my 9. My next 7 goes in the tens, and my 8 is written in the hundreds place. Let's sum our numbers together. We have 9 plus 7, which will equal to 16. And remember that with that 16, if I was to write that in underneath our line, we see that our 6 is in the ones column, so that will be written behind. And my 1, I will now carry that to the tens column above my 7. So we now add 1 plus 7, which is equal to 8. And then we'll bring down our next 8 since that is not being added to anything else, and our sum will equal to 886. In our next number, we are adding 58, which is being added to 713. My 3 is in the ones place, so that would align with my 8. My 1 is in the tens place, that will align with my 5, and my 7 will be written in the hundreds column. Let's sum our numbers together. We have 8 plus 1, 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. So I'm writing my 11 underneath the line, and again you can see that the one that's in the back is in the ones column, so I will write that one in, and we will carry the front one above in my tens column above my 5. So we now have 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. And we're going to bring down that final 7 since it's not being added to anything, and our sum will equal to 771. We're now adding 396, which is being added to 468. My 8 goes underneath my 6 in the ones column. My 6 will be written underneath my 9 in the tens column, and my 4 will be written underneath my 3 in the hundreds column. We're going to add our numbers up. And just like we did before, we're adding our numbers 6 plus 8, which is 14. Writing my 14 underneath the line. I can see that my 4 is in the ones column, so my 4 will be written behind. And I will carry the 1 above in the tens column. So 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. And 10 plus 6 is equal to 16. We will now repeat the same steps, but remember that we're adding in the tens column. So in this case now, the 16 will be written in the tens column, and that 1 will be written in front of my 6. So we can look at our lineup. We see that that 6 falls underneath our tens column. We see that our 6 falls right underneath the tens column. So that means we're going to write our 6 in the tens column. And if 6 is in the tens column, you know what that means? That means our 1 goes to the hundreds column. So we now have 1 plus 3 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, which gives us a sum of 864. In this example, we are summing the numbers 3,219, which is being added to 818, my last 8, is in the ones column underneath my 9. My 1 will be written in the tens column underneath 1. And my front 8, which is in the hundreds place, will be written underneath my 2, which is also in the hundreds place. Let's sum our numbers together. We have 9 plus 8, which is equal to 17. So we see that our 7 falls in our ones column, so the 7 will be written in the ones. And we will carry that 1 up to our tens column. So we have 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. We now have 2 being added to 8, which is equal to 10. And just like we did before, remember that we're in the hundreds column, so make sure that that 0 is in the hundreds column and that 1 is written in the front. So that means that our 0 would fall in the hundreds column, and my 1 will carry to my tens to my thousands column. So we have 1 being added to 3, which is equal to 4, which gives us a sum of 4,037. And in our final example, we have 678 being added to 62,858. So our 8 is in the ones column underneath our 8. My 5 is in the tens column underneath my 7. My second 8 falls in the hundreds column underneath my 6. My 2 is in the thousands, and my 6 is in the 10,000s place. We're going to sum our numbers together. So we have 8 being added to 8, which is equal to 16. My 6 is in our ones column, so we write in our 6. I carry the 1 to the tens column. We now have 1 plus 7, which is 8, and 8 plus 5 is equal to 13. So remember now we're lining up in the tens column, so we have 13 in the tens column. So our 3 falls in our tens column, and my 1 will carry up to my hundreds column. So we now have 1 plus 6 is 7, and 7 plus 8 is equal to 15. We're now lining up underneath our hundreds column and our thousands column. So my 5 falls underneath my thousands column, underneath my hundreds column. And I will be carrying my 1 to my thousands column. So we have 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, and we're bringing down our 6. So our sum is 63,536. Okay, so we just sum our whole numbers, but we have one of our numbers with a 3-digit addend. Remember, as always, get some additional practice in, and I'll see you right here in the next video on Joe's Math Tools, where math is made easy.